Nations announces special theme on World Population Day, and this year the theme is on the topic of the today's webinar. Today, the world population reached around 7.8 billion. China ranks number 1 with a population of 144.5 million, and India with a population of 139.4 million, ranking second in the world. Again, India with present population growth rate is expected to overtake China as the most populous country very soon. According to projections, the world population will continue to grow until at least 2050 as high as 11 billion. Further, Asia is home to 60% of the global population. This is the trend of the world population. Now, the point is, what is the Earth's capacity? That is population versus planet. Many scientists think that Earth has a maximum carrying capacity of 9 billion to 10 billion people.
The theme of 2021 World Population Day is, quote, rights and choices are the answer, whether baby boom or bust. The solution to shifting fertility rates lies in prioritizing all people's reproductive health and rights, unquote. The theme represents the complications inflicted by the COVID-19 outbreak upon the healthcare systems around the globe, particularly in the area of sexual and reproductive health. The important trends are that most countries in the developing world have high fertility rates and are getting younger, while developed countries have low fertility rates and are aging. The other population-related issues are urbanization, sex ratio, lack of equality, gender equality, poverty, human rights, reproductive health, sexually transmitted infections, and so on many. Research has shown that these aspects can have a significant impact on country stability, governance, economic development, and the well-being of its people.
Okay, it took about 5,000 years for the world population of 1 crore to reach 100 crores. Of course, due to improved healthcare, science and technology, the child mortality rate has come down significantly, and the world's population has gone beyond 700 crores, which already explained. When our country became independent, India, with a population of about 35 crores, was the poorest of the poor countries, with a literacy rate of just around 12% and life expectancy of about 32 years. They did not have grandfathers to advise them. They did not have grandfathers to follow. They did not have grandmothers to emulate. Today, in about 75 years, with a population of 139 crores, India is one of the top 5 economies in the world. I say it was the poorest of the poor countries. Today, we are one of the top 5 economies in the world. How it has happened? Thus, I consider population as an asset to the nation.
The famous economist Malthusian and Malthusian theory is basis for the population studies. Of course, Malthusian says that for every 25 years, the population doubles. Malthusian has rightly mentioned that the disequilibrium of the population issue, he said, the population grows in geometric, whereas the food production will go in arithmetic. But the theory of Karl Marx is a little bit differing Malthusian. And he said, man, not simply born as a human being in this world, he also born with 2 hands. That means production. Article 21, of course, it said it is a right to live, first part. Then it said that it is right to live not only for our citizen, it is for anyone who is in India. Then it said it is right to live is not only for the human being, it is for the fetus of a womb of the mother, no? The fetus, the baby. That also applicable Article 21. Then they said the Article 21 is not merely living as a human being, it is a dignified life. Then recently they said, no, it is Article 1 is not only applicable for the human beings when they are living, it is even after death. Their body should be cremated or cremated in a dignified way, because Article 21 applies to that also.
40% of the Indian population doesn't have these three things: roti, kapda, or makan. And we burn coal for electricity production. We are using more coal and abusing chemical fertilizers for food production. So like this, on the flip side, there are so many things: unemployment, malnourishment, sexual trafficking, human trafficking. All these things are taking place in this country. And coming to the positive side, population is very young and dynamic, and no doubt within 10 or 20 years, the middle class group or segment is going to play a very prominent role. And according to some of the reports, this middle class in India are going to overtake the whole of United States population within 10 years. This is the kind of population growth or boom which in middle class in India is going to witness within the 10 years. If such is the case, definitely they require employment. If they are employed, they are going to be the engine of growth, because they will be investing in the Indian economy. They will be part and parcel of the Indian economy. But all said and done, friends, remember, this is everything on paper. Everything on paper. It has to be put into practice. And if you have to put into practice, it requires a lot of continued efforts from everyone. It's not only from the side of the government, it's from the side of the people also.
On behalf of our department and Indian Science Congress Association, Tirupati chapter and Anti-Human Trafficking Club, I am very hearty gratitude to all the speakers for sharing their graceful words with us in today's national webinar.